It's been a long day as we have continued to work on the house after Christmas and getting it ready to sell and to show. Today we went and took a second look at a farm property, and we're asking the question, is this the one? This really is the second time that we've gone to have a look at this property. And you may have heard us refer to this as the alt house, and as we do not live in alt, the first step really was to leave our own town and head over to alt. So we leave out of town and we start passing all these farms. Some of these are just beautiful homesteads, and Lauren has especially fallen in love with some of these red barns, which are beautiful and classic. They're farms that are even iconic. After quite a little drive, you arrive to the town of Alt. Now, Alt is somewhat small. There's a small town called Eaton nearby that's maybe got a few more things like a hardware store and more of a grocery store, things like that. But there are a lot of beautiful little eateries. And you can see the old style Main Street still is working to thrive in this farming community. To get to the property, we've got to get a little further. You know, as you start to pull into the property, one of the first things that you really start to notice, and by the way, this is the property off to the left, you know, there's 16 acres, and it's a pretty substantial amount of land. As you'll see, there's both a house on it and a barn on it, and we're already starting to imagine some of the things that we can do with the land. There is a significant field which will be great potentially for hay and for things like that. And then you see the house separated from the barn. Now on the upside, we'll be able to put gardens by the house. We'll be able to put chickens by the house, and the actual barn itself is separated quite a ways away. On the downside, that's about a 370-foot walk from the house to the barn for the things that you actually have to go to the barn for. This is a huge thing that we really love about this property is this barn. And as I'm turning in here, you'll be able to get a better view. But it is a significant 40-foot by 100-foot barn. It's a T-shaped barn, and on the back of the T is a workshop. And so having the workshop and the barn together, even though it's an open kind of horse barn, that's not a problem. I can always put up some walls, things like that. And there's just so much land, so much potential here. On the back side of the property is an orchard, which is going to be fantastic for pollinators, things like that, to be able to help with our orchard. And this house was built in 2012. It's a great house in great condition, not a huge amount of wear and tear, a lot of great potential for our family. As we look around inside, there are great opportunities. The bedroom and the office can be a great opportunity for our kids to have some live and workspace. The kitchen in particular, I think will work well for us. It's got a gas stove. There's plenty of pantry space with some expansion room. You know, it might not be as huge as we'd like a pantry, and there's some things that we may want to do in the future to expand, and maybe do some installation of some pantry space downstairs. It's got plenty of living room space. And then since we're homeschooling, the fact that it has the basement space that we need, it has a attached 3-car garage, plus the barn space means we don't have to choose either or. We don't have to choose to go to the barn, put the cars in, or the garage. We can use the garage for the cars. We can use the garage for some storage. and then we can focus our barn and workshop time on the things that are going to make this farm work for us. My office, my full-time office, will go down in the basement. So, this is really the property that we're asking the question is this the one? There's plenty of land here, plenty of potential here. We've already started to kind of scribble out where the chicken coop could go, where the garden could go. The idea is already coming. We're thinking maybe this is the one that we put an offer on. More news to come on that as we make those decisions. But what do you think? Is this a good homestead? Is this the place that we should invest? It's going to be a little bit of a downgrade on the house. It's going to be the more land that we're looking for in the new year. Is this the one we should choose? Let us know in the comments.